Hey there, Clone Club. Mark DeCote here from the Orphan Black podcast. I'd like to welcome you to my Orphan Black double take for the Season 2, Episode 2 of Orphan Black, entitled Governed by Sound Reason and True Religion. This was another great episode, and we're so excited that this season is finally underway, and I'm going to have so much to talk about in my podcast. But for now, I have 3 questions that I'd like to ask you, and I would love for you to send me your feedback for me to talk about and discuss in my podcast. So what are my 3 questions, you ask? My first question from this week's episode is, why is Mrs. S lying to Sarah about Project Leda? We saw that she flat out told Sarah that she didn't know anything about Project Leda, and then later on she told that other lady in the house there, she said that these kids were part of Project Leda. So she obviously knows something. So why is she hiding it from Sarah? Is it something that she obviously thinks would not benefit Sarah? Or is she ashamed? So what's your reasoning behind that? Why is Mrs. S hiding the Leda project from Sarah? Question 2. What will Allison do now that she knows that Donnie is her monitor? Is she going to be able to play the housewife like she has been? Is she going to leave Donnie? How is she going to react, and what is she going to do about Donnie being her monitor? This can go all sorts of different ways, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys think. And finally, my third question is, does Rachel or the Dyad Institute want to know more about Sarah? What is Rachel's agenda when it comes to Sarah? She gives Kasima Sarah's genome or DNA or something on the hard drive, and Sarah basically figures out that Rachel wants to find out what is so special about Sarah that she's able to give birth. So is this something that the Dyad Institute is looking into, or is this Rachel personally wanting to look into it? So those are my 3 questions. Why is Mrs. S lying to Sarah? What's Allison going to do about Donnie being her monitor? And what's Rachel's agenda in finding out more about Sarah? So I'll discuss these and so much more in my podcast that I'll be releasing later this week. So I would love for you to send me your feedback to these 3 questions or anything else you want to talk about Orphan Black. I'd love to hear from you. You have until noon on Tuesday. That's noon Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday to submit your feedback. I will be recording my podcast Tuesday afternoon, so I do need the stuff by noon in order for me to fit it in and double check everything and make sure it's all okay. So how can you send me feedback, you ask? Well, I'll answer. You can call my voice feedback line at 1-805-910-7656. You can send me an email with either a typewritten note or an attachment, audio attachment or something like that, to feedback@solotalkmedia.com. You can leave me a message on Facebook at facebook.com/solotalkmedia. You can also leave a message under this YouTube video. If you're viewing this on YouTube, just leave a comment down below and I will find that and I will include that in my podcast. And if you haven't already, head on over to iTunes and look for the Orphan Black podcast by Solo Talk Media and subscribe. And every week I discuss everything there is about the episode that just aired of Orphan Black. So anyways, that's it for my double take. I hope that you join me later in the week for my podcast. And if not, we'll see you next week for the 3rd double take. Anyways, take care.